Hey guys, how's it going? I've got some TwoSuns here to give you some first impressions of. These are from my recent unboxing video that I've done. You may have noticed there's 5 knives in the box. I sold one of the TwoSuns I had. It was the TS301. I think I took a video of the action too, so I'll show the action video. But there's a guy up here in Canada that was looking for one, so I sold it to him. So I didn't keep it very long. It was a great knife though. I'd like to get another one someday, but I just moved it along pretty quick here. So I got these 4 to do some first impressions on, and I'm not sure which one I'll start with. Let's just start with this one here at the end. So I'll just move these out of the way to give myself some more room. Okay, so this one is the TS144. Hopefully I put them back in the right boxes. This is the TS144. Very cool milling work on the handles. Scratch. What is that? Yeah, it's just a mark. Okay. Pretty cool milling work done here on the handles. These are titanium. I believe it's a D2 blade. Yeah, a D2 blade. Night morning design. And yeah, overall, a very different looking knife. It's a very interesting blade shape. You have a hollow grind, and then the compound grind, like a flat grind here. You got a swedge up here. A couple of different angles going on here. I guess it's one angle, but it just kind of looks like this, and but anyways, kind of like a harpoony kind of a shape here for your thumb. It's definitely a different looking knife, that is for sure. The pocket clip lines up with, like, the milling on the pocket clip lines up very nicely with, not necessarily perfectly, but it does line up, you know, fairly well with the milling on the scales. So, and it does drop. So yeah, I'm impressed with the milling. It feels nice in hand. Gives you a little extra grip. The action is great. Here, I'm just going to zoom out a little bit here. There we go. Give myself a little more room. There. Zoom. There we go. Everything's lined up again. Excellent. Yeah, great action. Nice drop. It's not a super guillotine, but I'm kind of glad it's not, because that would be a little dangerous. It's a liner lock. There's a lockup. What was that? About 25% lockup? Yeah, roughly. Yeah, nice drop on it. Thumb studs work really well. And reverse flick it. But it's definitely suited for me anyways, it's better off with the thumb flick. Ergos. Really good ergos. Choke up here nicely. Yeah, feels really good in hand. Nice, solid, good grip on it. I like it. The pocket clip. I haven't used this. I haven't carried this one yet. I haven't used it real hard or anything. But the pocket clip is fairly flat. So it shouldn't be too much of a hot spot, but time will tell. So yeah, that's the TS144. And all of these knives, I buy all of my TwoSuns from White Mountain Knives. So if you're looking for a TwoSun knife and you can't find them anywhere, check out White Mountain Knives. I'll leave a link in the description of this video to White Mountain Knives. Use discount code SHARP10 to save 10% on pretty much anything on White Mountain Knives website. Next up, which one is this one? Oh yeah, this one. Okay, the TS311. Now this knife I looked at for a very, very long time. I really like the design of this handle. I don't know why, but I do. I like it. It's a nice pocket clip. Nice backspacer. There's some milling done on micro milling done on the titanium. Nice carbon fiber. Don't really see any voids in the carbon fiber. Maybe some right there. Overall, looks really good. The blade shape, very funky. This is a flat grind. Nice little swedge up here. It's kind of got like a little bit of a recurve right here. Sharpening choil. The action on this, very smooth. Not a complete guillotine. Doesn't really need to be though. I can't really reverse flick it that well. Not off the thumb studs. I can kind of reverse flick it off of the blade itself, but it doesn't work that great. The detent's not super strong, but it's good enough for thumb studs, I feel. Close there. Anyways, the only thing I don't like about it, like I wanted this knife for a very, very, very long time. Finally got one. I do like those thumb studs. Every once in a while, I always forget, but the thumb studs, I just like how they're kind of like curved, like domed inward. Just kind of nice looking. But anyways, this one thing I don't like about this. I did carry this one. It's not comfortable. My hands are too small, I think, for it. These grooves here, my middle finger falls right there, like right on that point. Sorry the lighting's not great. I'm filming in a different location tonight, but so the lighting's not the same as I usually have. The this little hump right here it just lands uncomfortably in the middle of my finger, and then I don't know. I can go like that. I can hold it in a hammer grip, and then so I have 2 fingers here and 2 fingers back here, and that feels okay. But I don't usually cut like that. I usually cut, a little more relaxed, and it's just, I don't know, my fingers just feel like they're all over the place with this, and I think it's just because this is a bigger knife, so it's made for bigger hands. So I may let this one go, even though I've been looking forward to this one for so long. I may just let it go, but we'll see. This one. There's one I kind of want to leave till the end. Okay, good. This is not the one I want to leave till the end. All right, perfect. Let's do it like that. It's gonna fall. Okay, so the TS, what was it? 154. TS 154. This is an interesting little guy. Front flipper works great on it. Yeah, I have not carried this one yet either, but I have handled it a bit. Ergos are surprisingly good. My pinky's kind of just having a time over here at the end of the knife, but it still feels like a solid grip. It's not a full 4-finger grip, but I can kind of wrap my finger around there. So it feels pretty locked in. Now I can choke up a bit here, which feels good. The jimping goes far enough up the spine of the blade. I can put my thumb there. That feels pretty good too. So even though it is a bit of a smaller knife, it fits my hand very well, and it's actually pretty comfortable. A flat grind. The drop. It's not a crazy droppy knife, but the action on it is pretty good. It's pretty snappy. Now, one thing I will say is in here, this is very square. It will shave your, well, you can see there, it will cut into your fingernails, and it will shave your fingernail a bit. So what I try to do, if I remember, is to just use the flesh of my fingers and do it that way, and it works pretty good because that is fairly sharp in there. It's not going to cut you, but it is pretty square. It does work good with the thumb flick as well. So yeah, this is a pretty impressive little knife. This is a Jelly Jerry design, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Jelly Jerry. It's a great little knife. I'm really impressed with it. Has nice access to the lock bar as well. Yeah, I like it. It's pretty sharp, and it looks nice. You know, the carbon fiber, it looks nice with the bolsters. It is a bolster lock. So yeah, pretty nice. I got a frame lock, a liner lock, and a bolster lock. Nice little variation in knives. So that was the TS154. Okay, last but not least is TS174. This knife has got to be, I don't want to hype things up. I find the hype train on YouTube gets a little out of hand sometimes. So I don't want to hype this up. But honestly, this is, I would say, this is my favorite TwoSun. I think this is one of the best TwoSuns. One of the best TwoSuns out there. I'm not going to put this back in the box because I might sell those, but I'm not selling this one. I love this one. So this, again, is a TS174. The action on this, it's amazing. It's so good. Oh my goodness. That is so nice. Front flipper works well, although I might as well tell you, well, this is a CM design. If I'm not mistaken, I can't remember his name. I apologize. But CM Designs, the man behind CM Designs, is the other half of Devo Knives. So I believe his first name is Colin. But he's the other half of Devo Knives. So I really like CM Designs' design language. He makes pretty nice looking knives. And I feel like this, I'm trying to think of a way to say this that doesn't sound like a burn towards TwoSun, but this does not feel like a TwoSun knife. This feels nicer than a TwoSun knife. You know, it's almost like a Riot. I don't know. Those are strong words. TwoSuns are really nice, don't get me wrong, but this just feels like the next level. I don't know why. If it's not like the build quality is that much better than regular TwoSuns are. Maybe it's just a design. I'm not sure what it is, but if you didn't have the TwoSun on here, I wouldn't think it was a TwoSun. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm not sure what I'm trying to say, but I think hopefully that makes sense. I don't know. It's just a really nice TwoSun. It's one of my favorite TwoSuns, definitely. I like the knurling that they've done on the thumb stud. You know, it's a very simple thumb stud. It's just a cylinder. There's nothing on the side, but they've gnarled this quite like nicely, and you know, little diamonds, and it catches the thumb and it works fantastically. So you know, that's really nice. I like that a lot. The front flipper, it does work, but a lot of the times, I mean, it works. When it works well. It feels nice. But a lot of times I find the thumb stud kind of catches my, I'll try to recreate it in slow-mo. It catches my thumb right there like that. And it kind of stops it. It still usually locks up, but it hits my thumb. And it's just not comfortable. But the thumb stud works so good. I wish I could reverse flick this. I feel like it would be amazing as a reverse flicker. The thumb stud is only on one side though. You can remove it. So I don't know if I could flip it over or not. Here, let's have a look at it this way. I don't think so. The lock bar is a little bit higher just so you can disengage the lock a little easier. But, oh man, that would be such a good, this would be such a solid reverse flick. I mean, I could do it left-handed, but I prefer to have pocket clip on this side for leverage. It doesn't, yeah, I don't trust myself enough this way. I'm scared of cutting myself. But speaking of pocket clip, this wiggles, so I don't know if if, you know, tightening it up, maybe putting some Loctite on it will help. Not sure. I'm sure that would help. I don't know if you're going to be able to see in here or not. There we go. The screw for the pocket clip comes out into the handle. It doesn't touch the blade, but you know, it's there. Let's see if I can have it. So I'm gonna let enough light in there to see. You can just kind of see it peeking in there. So it's nowhere really, it's not that close to the blade, but it's in there. So that's not great. So anyway, I feel like that needs a little bit of work, just so it doesn't wiggle so much, and so that it's, you know, not sticking down in the handle so far. But anyways, nice back spacer, very flush. Really nice knife. Now these little slots here, they're milled very nicely. They're kind of rounded. They're a little square. They're just square enough that it actually gives you a little bit more grip. So that's kind of nice. I like that. It's on both sides. It just gives you a little bit of grip with the knife. It looks attractive and it works. So that's pretty cool. It's always nice when you can add something to the design that has a practical use. Yeah, it feels nice in hand. Speaking of feeling nice in hand, it's a smaller knife, definitely, but it feels really good. Right here, again, pretty much a 4-finger grip for me. It's very tight, but it feels good. I mean, this isn't something you're going to sit down and cut down a tree with or anything. So it's more of a gentleman's knife. You don't need to have like a full-on, oh yeah, I can carve all day with this. I don't know. But you can choke up. I can choke up here. It feels good this way. Oh, and I meant to bring this up too when I was talking about the pocket clip. And I don't know if I finished what my thoughts were on this or not. It wiggles, but I could probably tighten that up and it would get rid of it, add some Loctite to it. I'm sure that would keep everything in place and it's not going to wiggle all the time. But what I wanted to show was, I'm sure maybe you've seen it, this area right here, the micarta, I'm pretty sure this is like glued in. I'm not 100% sure, but I had the knife apart. I had all these knives apart. These all came without the blades in them. They all went together extremely easily. So I will say that like no free spinning pivots or screws or anything that I can remember. If there was, it wasn't a big deal, but it went together super duper easy. So I am impressed with that. So getting back on what I was saying, this little area here, I don't like that. That's the micarta is, you know, it was just too big. Maybe it was just cut, it wasn't cut right. It's sticking up above the titanium. It just didn't fit in there. I might be able to fix that myself, but I feel like it's kind of glued in there and I might not be able to do anything with it, but that's not a big deal. I'm really impressed with this knife. The design is awesome. It's a flat grind. Wharncliffe. I love Wharncliffe's. Or is it Sheepsfoot? Wharncliffe? Sheepsfoot? Oh, I don't know. Wharncliffe? Wharncliffe. Wharncliffe. Sheepsfoot. Wharncliffe. Anyways. I love Wharncliffe Sheepsfoot type of knives. They just have a special place in my heart. So I love the design of this. I like how this is kind of like darkened, like the titanium's darkened. It's a nice contrast with the satin finish on the blade. It's just a great looking knife. It feels really good. The action is solid. It's a great action. Love this knife. If you haven't checked one of these out yet, you should check it out. I'm pretty sure you'll be happy with it. If your hands are really big, you might not like it, but you know, I wear a medium-sized glove, so it fits my hand just fine. Anyways, that's just first impressions. I'm really excited about this one. These might be gone. I might sell these ones, but I'm definitely keeping this one, so there'll be a review for this one for sure. Like I say, I'm going to leave a link to White Mountain Knives in the description of this video. Make sure you check them out. Use discount code SHARP10 to save 10%. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.